Hi, I'm MacGillvray, head coach of LaSalle women's basketball, and you're watching LegacyMaker Sports Network.
What's going on, everybody? Lamont Thomas here, LegacyMaker Sports Network. I am here for A10 Women's Hoops Media Day here. We got the Henrico Sports and Events Arena. I got LaSalle with me right now. I got Coach MacGillvray. I got Molly Masciantonio, the grad and the leader here at LaSalle. How you guys doing? And I thank you guys for being on. And let's get right to it. I mean,
yeah, we're really happy to be on. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's talk about it. You finished 8th last year. The Explorers did in the A10. You were 8-7 in the A10. We know that this conference can be grueling, right? There's a lot of good teams in this conference. Let's talk about your transition into this year. What you guys did in the off season, and what are you looking forward to this year?
There's no end to what I'm looking forward to. So, we had back-to-back winning seasons. It was a lot of fun, getting to that point and growing it. But we've, wiped the chalkboard clean. And Molly and Emily and Julie and Fiona and Emma, 5 returners, are all setting the stage for what's to come next. 9 new players, and they have made this team what they wanted it to be. And we're looking forward to showing it off come November 6th.
All right, sounds good. Sounds good. I mean, all right. So let's talk a little bit about your background here. I mean, the experience that you bring, right? You had 9 seasons in Quinnipiac, right? You had defeated Miami and Marquette on the way to a Sweet 16. So you bring that experience, right? Even your start back at Vermont, early 2000 days, right? I do all my homework here.
Yeah, I love it.
Right. So let's talk about that experience and what you bring to this team and how you've honed these young women in, to work as a unit.
Being part of successful programs, from my earliest days as a manager of my high school basketball team, which was her high school,
right.
Archbishop Carroll, they were winning all the time. You get to see common threads that make teams successful. And one, it's a shared sacrifice. Everybody wanting the same thing, willing to put others first. And that's what we're trying to build here. And we've seen that grow over and over, and I feel like we have a really good group that shares that vision, that they want to be great, and they're willing to put in the work, and they're willing to do it for one another.
Absolutely. And I hear, you're a Hall of Fame dad, so that puts you as the perfect.
My kids might not say that.
Well, that's always the way it goes. Molly, we're going to get to you. All right. He talked about it, coming from Archbishop Carroll, dominant school in Pennsylvania. Let's talk about you being the leader now. You led the team. I think the stats I have in front of me 2 years ago, but still, you had 59 steals, a single program record in steals versus St. Francis with 9. Talk about how important this defensive mentality is for this team and how it makes you guys go.
Defense wins championships, and I always say that. Defense is what gets the offense going, and I think I do have long arms, so I try to use them. That's why I get my steals. But, coming into this season, we're all new, and we have to all learn the structure and how the positioning of our defense this year. So right now we have hard-working girls, and together we can really be great on defense.
Absolutely. So what's you guys' model this year? He mentioned, the 5 big returners coming back. Like, what are you guys preaching to the new people on the team? And what's the saying? What's the go-to? What's the model when it comes to this group?
Just every day getting better and, playing for one another. I think our biggest thing every day is just playing for one another and working hard, and eventually that will pay off, and every day getting better.
Absolutely.
It's been fun for me seeing, the new faces come together. Like, we have 2 freshman post players. They've got great size, right? And they know that they're, competing against one another for opportunity. And we huddle up at the end of every practice, and inevitably they're complimenting one another in the huddle. And that's how you become great, right? When the reality is on a basketball team, someone's going to play, someone's not going to play, right? And you're always fighting that out. But when the person who doesn't win the battle in the moment is waving the towel for the other person, that's when you got something special.
Absolutely. Let's talk about these 2 freshman forwards. What are you looking forward to, and how are they looking, how are they coming along?
Well, the biggest player on our team the last couple of years was 6 foot tall,
right.
and that was probably a lie. Probably 5'11", and so we're really excited to have some legitimate size. If you look back, rebounding was a major deficiency of ours, but we've been excited. I'm sure Molly, feels the same way, that we're getting rebounding from everybody on the roster. We got guards getting after the ball, and along with having additional size that we haven't had in the past, and just adds a new dynamic to what we're trying to do.
Absolutely. So for both of you, what's your guys' message, for Explorer Nation out there? Like, what would you tell, the fans looking forward to watching you guys this season, and what do you have coming to them?
I would say that women's basketball is really fun to watch, and I think this is going to be a team that you guys would love to watch every day because we're working hard, we're playing together, and I think we could do big things this year.
I'll say this, if you like a fast pace, if we're able to do what we've been doing in practice, people are going to be like, wow. But we'll see if the other teams are going to have something to say about us doing it. But, we've had some practices where we're playing on a, 140, 150-point pace. So if that's what it looks like, it's going to be fun to watch.
Absolutely. And lastly, we're here, in the Henrico Sports and Event Center where the tournament will be held. Let's talk a little bit about, this exposure and what it's going to do for, A10 women's basketball and then, women's sports in general. How do you guys feel about that, this new place and how we'll be having the tournament here?
Go ahead, Mom. What's your first impression?
I think it's great. Like, when I walked in, I love the environment already. I think it's huge. I think it's nice. I think a lot of people will love to watch basketball in this arena, and I'm really excited to hopefully we have a good ending to our season, but I would love to play here, and my teammates would love to.
It's not Philly, but the reality is that we have two Atlantic 10 teams right here, right? There is a great college basketball environment, and we're looking forward to capitalizing on it and bringing an amazing tournament here to a fan base that loves hoops.
Absolutely, and I love that you still rep home because Philly is a vibe, and then not just in general, but for basketball. So we know that. Yeah. So we just appreciate you guys being on. We wish you best of luck this season. We've been covering you guys, and we will continue to cover you guys. So we appreciate you guys, and thank you for, for LaSalle. And this is Lamont Thomas with LegacyMaker Sports Network, and you guys have a good one. You're in for a treat.